you're trying to figure out the mind of God, you sitting up praying all night long. You're praying. Now, I'm telling you what you're praying for. None of us can do something. Lord, if you bless me, and God can't bless you because you don't pull your ticket. Very simple thing that God spoke to me. If you seek me, and seek it, I will reward you openly. And what's wrong with people? We don't seek God and seek. Everybody know when we seeking God. Okay. God don't call me because I'm seeking God today. You already told. You already got your reward. I don't need you to know when I'm seeking God. I don't need you to know when I'm in the presence of God. I can be around you and be right in God's presence. Okay. But because we have not learned the language of God, we have told everything that God ever told us. Look what the Bible says. This very simple message. 16:4. Everybody know about Samson. Samson was a man of God. Samson had something that nobody else had. Samson was a man that had an ability of strength. And what we think is strength because somebody big and they got muscles and we think he's going to bust. God don't need an out-of-body experience. He did an in-body experience. He wanted to take you out of your body and bring you into him. And what's wrong with us? Samson had something nobody in this world ever had. He had the strength of God. The lump that he had on his head represented the 7 candlesticks, the 7 churches, the 7 stars. He had something that the world didn't understand. Do you not know when you got God's strength, you can do anything that enemy cannot stop you when you got God's strength? Something had God's strength, but there was something that God did not want Samson to deal with. And sometimes we deal with people that God don't want us dealing with. Sometimes people will get around you that God didn't tell you to deal with. Now, God told him don't deal with certain women. And you know, sometimes we don't want what God got for because we realize and tell God, God, that ain't for me. But God told the man of God, he said, listen, don't do this. Don't listen, don't shave your hair. You can't do what other folks do. You can't drink. Some folks drink it in the church. When he told you wine in the mouth, so it's straight, they take a little strip in it. Everybody got a secret to everything they do, right? But God spoke to the man that had the strength. He said, listen, my anointing is upon you. Listen, you are never right. You can't do anything. And I'm going to tell you something. Is there any good thing that come out of Nazareth? He was just a Nazarite. Something that every man likes to have some power, strength. You can walk up on me, I can then push you to the side. He was strong in his mind. But I'm going to tell you something. You can tell one person your secret and bring you down to nothing. Do you know how people play on us one day at a time? Because the people sit around you to find how you operate.
That's
to
right.
find out how God uses you. Let me tell you something. And you know how it's important that, and that's why I love God. God ain't going to let the puppet hang around anybody. God is not going to let his women of God and men of God, people that he has put in authority. You can't hear about everybody, because everybody can't help you. And sometimes we hear around people, the only thing that we will find out how God is using you, or find out what kind of issues you got, and turn around and take your issues and use them against you. Y'all ain't going to talk to me. So God said, that there's something you know, let me talk about the armor bearer. Some people get in your armor barrels, and these armor barrels is not for them. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me. Some of these armor barrels have good folks off in ministry. Y'all ain't gonna talk. Some people get an armor barrel and come cause you like them. Let me tell you something. Listen, liking people sometimes ain't good. I had this young fella. He followed me for years, and this serious. He went with me, and I went pretty. He went, but he had an issue. He had a problem. Come on, man. And when you got a problem, you tell that you go problem somebody else. And because he rolled with me, he went to preach with me, but he had issues. Now, I can't help call people like me. Don't get me wrong now. I can't help to call people, I will go places people like me. He had a problem call people like me. So one day I was somewhere ministering, and my cousin came up and she hugged me. You know how to count your phone. And she hugged me. Oh, she loved it on me because she hadn't seen me in a while. But the next time I got to my next destiny, what happened got over there. Because somebody saw something that they wanted to use against me to try to make the name of God unworthy in your life. Do you know what people do to you when you're on the telephone and you start talking about other folks? They take your very word that you said and turn around and say, you said it. And you ain't said nothing. It sounds crazy, but you have people that will sit in your presence and they'll start a conversation and they'll finish it. And when you get back to your destination, you are the problem. Justin didn't understand that he was just another, something that been sent by God, God birthed in him. Because, let me tell you something, when you have issues in life, somebody got to be strong enough to bear the burden of the weak. Yeah? And there was time in my life and there's time in your life that God needed somebody to hold you up. Let me tell you something, that's why it's good to have praying mothers and praying fathers. You ain't always been good. Somebody said, somebody prayed for me. Somebody kept me because I had secret that mama didn't know about. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me. You know you had some secret your mama didn't know. You were doing things your mama said, that's my child. That's a good child. That's a good son. But deep down inside, you wasn't what your mama thought you was.
What?
And somebody told your secret. Have you ever, listen, I supposed to be in school one time, and I knew I was a devil, and I was a cheap devil. I served the devil with all I had. That's why I served God with all I got. Now, you couldn't manipulate me in the word. Now, how you going to manipulate me serving God? Listen, listen, if the devil had me then, you think I'm going to allow that same spirit to come back and get me again? He's so wrong. We know we got things in our life, but we always telling people what we don't done in our past. And this thing that demons operate upon us, they know, so they find the second that you used to do and come and bring that same spirit around your head to try to manipulate you back in the same zone you were in before. We tell everything we know. Listen. I'm going to get to my sermon, but this is funny. It'll help you. When women used to tell me certain things about them, I use it against them. You know what? Because after you tell me how bothered you was and how the big fella did you, I knew then I could use it against you. So I used verse psychology. What I did the opposite what he done. Don't you see folks do that right now in the church? You know you don't like certain people, but they're trying to use certain things that you say, Todd, I don't like them hypocrite folks. I don't like people talk so much. So they'll come around you, they don't talk. But deep down inside, they find all your shit and they get ready to use it against you. And I'm coming to tell the devil tonight, we're not telling them more our secrets. We will hold what God has given us, because what God has given us, we are going somewhere in the spirit world. If you're trying to get where God is, you can't be a babbler or talker. See, sometimes God needs somebody to be quiet and a still. Just to hear the voice of God. We should be even in our prayer. We're coming to God. God, do this, and God says, shut up. Let me talk to you. You talk too much. I can't reveal them to you. But time God don't tell you He's going to bless you with a car, you want to talk to my God, and that's why the devil ain't giving it to you. Do you know what the enemy do to you in prayer? Well, he is like Daniel. He prayed. Pray somebody. And when you really praying and then they'll hold up the project because you don't steal some bad milk. Some folks steal bad milk at the wrong time. Close your mouth sometime and feel God. He don't always come the way you want him to come. Samson did not have nothing to lose. He had everything he needed. Yes. He had God's strength. Couldn't nobody beat him. Couldn't nobody tie him down. It's because we love so hard. And when you we don't fall in love with people who do every day of the week, and you should say, I don't know why I still love them. But outward